Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about words. Words shape your reality. They define your past, mold your present, and lay the foundation for your future. And yet there are times when certain words, should be left unsaid, not out of dishonesty, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Because the truth, when spoken carelessly or to the wrong audience, can be destructive rather than constructive. When you have a dream, an ambition, or a significant goal, your first instinct might be to share it with those closest to you, your family. You might believe that by expressing your aspirations, you will receive encouragement, support, or valuable advice. However, the reality is often quite different. Many people find that instead of motivation, they are met with skepticism, doubt, or even outright discouragement. This is not necessarily because your family wants to see you fail, but because their perception of you is shaped by the past. They see you as you were, not as the person you are becoming. Family members, consciously or unconsciously, often project their own fears and limitations onto you. If they have never pursued ambitious goals themselves, they might not understand why you would take a risk. They might remind you of past failures, suggest that your goals are unrealistic, or steer you towards safer, more conventional paths. This can be incredibly disheartening, especially in the early stages, when your dreams are still fragile. At this point, what you need most is belief, either from within yourself or from those who truly understand your vision. Sharing your ambitions prematurely can also create unnecessary pressure. If you speak about your goals before you have taken tangible steps toward them, you invite scrutiny and expectations. Every question about your progress might feel like an evaluation rather than support. This can lead to self-doubt and hesitation, making it harder to move forward. Instead of seeking validation through words, let your actions build momentum. Focus on execution, discipline, and persistence. Once you have made significant progress, then you can share your journey. By that point, your results will speak louder than any doubts, and even the skeptics will be forced to acknowledge your growth. Money is one of the most sensitive topics in any family. Whether you have too little or too much, openly discussing your financial situation can create unnecessary tension, expectations, or even resentment. If you are struggling financially, sharing every detail with family members may lead to unwanted advice, judgment, or concern that adds pressure rather than solutions. Parents might worry excessively, siblings might compare their own situation to yours, and extended relatives might see your struggle as a reflection of family status. In some cases, they may even discourage you from taking risks that could ultimately lead to financial growth simply because they view security as more important than opportunity. On the other hand, if you are financially successful, that too can create complications. Some family members might assume that your wealth is now a shared resource, expecting you to help them in times of need, regardless of your own responsibilities. Others might downplay your achievements, attributing your success to luck rather than hard work. This can lead to an uncomfortable dynamic where your accomplishments are either resented or exploited. Keeping your financial matters private allows you to maintain control over your decisions without external pressures. It gives you the freedom to navigate your financial journey based on your own values and long-term goals rather than the expectations of others. Seeking advice from professionals or trusted mentors is often more beneficial than discussing money matters with family, as emotions and personal history can cloud judgment. This does not mean shutting family out completely, but rather being selective about what you share and with whom. Financial independence is not just about earning money, it is also about ensuring that your financial decisions remain yours to make, free from unnecessary interference or expectation. Opening up about your deepest insecurities and struggles can be a double-edged sword, especially when it comes to family. While family is often seen as a source of comfort and support, not all members will know how to handle your vulnerabilities with care. Some may offer empathy and guidance, but others may react with judgment, dismissiveness, or even use your weaknesses against you in moments of conflict. One of the risks in sharing personal struggles too openly is that your pain may not be understood in the way you hope. Family members might try to minimize your experiences, telling you to toughen up or that everyone has problems. While their intentions may not be harmful, This kind of response can make you feel even more isolated and invalidated. In some cases, instead of support, you may receive unsolicited advice that does not truly address the depth of what you are going through. Another danger is that your vulnerabilities might be remembered and brought up at times when you least expect it. In the heat of an argument, a family member might use your past struggles against you, even unintentionally. What you once shared in confidence might resurface as a weapon in a moment of tension. This can create a sense of betrayal and make it difficult to trust even those closest to you. It is important to choose wisely when deciding who to confide in. Some struggles are best discussed with professionals, close friends, or individuals who have the emotional capacity to truly listen without judgment. Strength does not come from exposing every wound to the world, but from knowing when to guard yourself and when to seek support from those who can genuinely help. Romantic relationships are deeply personal, yet many people make the mistake of involving their family too soon. When a relationship is in its early stages, it is still growing, evolving, and finding its stability. Introducing family dynamics too early can create unnecessary pressure, external opinions, and even conflict that might not have existed otherwise. Family members, whether well-meaning or not, tend to have strong opinions about whom you should date. They may judge your partner based on their own biases, expectations, or past experiences, rather than seeing the relationship from your perspective. If they disapprove, even for superficial reasons, their doubts may start influencing the way you see your own partner, creating unnecessary insecurities. Conversely, if they approve too quickly, you might feel pressured to make the relationship work, even if you later realize it is not right for you. Sharing details about your relationship too early also means that every argument, challenge, or misunderstanding becomes subject to family discussion. If you confide in them about a disagreement, they may hold on to that negative impression long after you and your partner have resolved it. Over time, this can build resentment and make it difficult for your family to fully accept your partner, even if your relationship grows into something strong and lasting. Keeping your relationship private in its early stages allows it to develop naturally without external influence. It gives you and your partner the space to truly understand each other without the weight of family expectations. Once the relationship has matured and you are confident in its foundation, introducing it to your family becomes easier and more meaningful. Until then, protecting your relationship from unnecessary scrutiny can help it grow in a way that is healthy and authentic. Discussing personal beliefs, whether philosophical, political, or religious, can be one of the most divisive topics within a family. While open conversations can be healthy and enriching, not every discussion leads to understanding. In many cases, these discussions become battlegrounds where the goal is not to exchange ideas, but to prove who is right. This can create tension, resentment, and lasting divisions that damage family relationships. One of the main challenges is that many families have deeply ingrained beliefs that have been passed down for generations. When someone within the family expresses a different perspective, it can be seen not just as a personal belief, but as a challenge to family values. This can lead to emotional reactions rather than rational discussions, making it difficult to have a productive conversation. Instead of listening, people may become defensive, dismissive, or even confrontational. Another issue is that even if a discussion starts with good intentions, it can quickly escalate. A casual debate can turn into a heated argument, and before long, relationships may suffer over differences in perspective that in reality do not need to affect personal bonds. What begins as an intellectual conversation can become personal, with individuals feeling attacked or misunderstood.